Hello everybody, ElyjaGaming and welcome to Minecraft. Oh, that's why what happened. I gotta free change the name of my stream. Or say Resident Evil 4. Oh, just say live stream. Or say Resident Evil 4. I edit the name. I don't know how to edit. Let's add the tag. Okay.
Which helps plump skin cells and visibly smooth wrinkles, while new Olay Retinol 24 provides visibly smoother, brighter skin. For dramatic skincare results, try Olay and complete your routine with the Olay Eye Collection. Brand power.
I'm trying to check something before I start doing anything. I'm gonna leave my iPad up for notifications.
Life is too precious not to be sleeping on the comfiest mattress ever. With over 50,000 five-star reviews, it's no wonder Casper is the #1 rated mattress.
How delayed am I?
I know the judges can't wait to taste your food. And Darnell, come on down and tell us about your ultimate Thanksgiving feast. So tell me, Jake.
Alright, so for the turkey, I made a Louisville hot turkey. I have my
Great. I'm waiting for heat on this bun.
potato casserole, but I use rustic potatoes in it as well. I made a sweet potato and rustic duchesse. Then I have my not so mother's greens. I was raised on greens. I wanted to show people that I can do it a different way. They may look the same, they don't taste the same. And I have a banana pudding ginger snap ice cream cake.
Darnell, while the judges
Let's just do hardcore. I can't do a realm right now.
People I see every day. Show me 5 of your friends and I can show you future. So I'm really thankful for the people that I got to work with. Dude. Bravo.
Names, let's see.
Your hot turkey? Awesome. Crispy, spicy, moist.
I haven't seen a true duchesse potato since I was in culinary school.
Do.
What essential Thanksgiving flavor you developed here?
The venison, it's tender, it is cooked perfectly,
But the sauce got lost in the gaminess of the venison. That sauce needed to just be a little bit more of a punch.
The greens, I've eaten 2 helpings. I'm about to ask
No.
you for more and ask for it to go bad. They are unabashedly spicy, and they just inform this whole plate of food. Do I
What that's what is terrifying.
gravy a little bit?
That's how I'm in my head all day.
you struggled with dessert. But I think you did a great job, and I like that you used the ginger
Put
snap.
live.
Damn, that's good. Not overly sweet. Great texture. If this is what Thanksgiving's like at your place, call your boy.
You are really exceptional. I have such respect for you and your cooking. I didn't cook like this at your age. I know I didn't, but this is stunning.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thanks, Darnell. Chef
It'll take a
Deborah, step
while
up
to
and
load.
tell us what's on your Thanksgiving menu.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
I wanted to stay true to who I am, so I did a roasted turkey with a Creole seasoning. So I had the advantage. I picked the lobster. I have a lobster at buffet. I did dirty rice. I did collard greens. I presented them in a roll.
Oh.
And dessert. Poached pear cobbler.
I don't know.
Thankful for Deborah.
Like, I've led an incredible life.
That was a privilege.
Support of friends and family. It's more of a question of what is there not to be thankful for.
I like that very much.
Ah, Deborah. luscious, and all the vegetables in there are just fantastic. The turkey is more traditional, and I love it. The greens has left me wanting more. Okay. More salt, more sweetness, more acid.
You know, for me, the really adult part of this whole meal is the juiciness of everything. Because the juiciness of the etouffee and the rice together does something with the greens to develop flavor the way you have this so far. It's really good.
What is with this?
I love the cobbler feel that you're able to bring to this poached pear. It comes from your heart, to your soul.
Thank you, Deborah. Chefs, thank you so much for putting your souls in these Thanksgiving feasts. We will call you back when we know who won the ultimate Thanksgiving challenge. So I'm sure that now it will come down to the tiniest of details. We have a really challenging decision because we're really kind of talking about this creative, outside-the-box cook and someone who's laying down decades of experience.
Oh, what the heck?
She elevated her dishes with little things that made sense to the dish. She treated her beautifully.
What is this, Jack?
Big highs, big lows, as usual for me, is so unbelievably exciting. It inspires me to just throw the rule book out the window or throw it in the deep fryer.
Stupid game.
Was cooked to perfection.
Last question I'll ask you. Who won $25,000?
Everyone like this earlier.
Chefs, you both made unbelievable Thanksgiving meals. And most importantly, you
It's
cooked
not
with
adventure
love,
mode.
and it shows. But unfortunately, there can only be
Why am I lagging?
the two of you were a real inspiration to all of us.
Thank you.
And now, the moment has arrived. The winner of the ultimate Thanksgiving challenge and the $25,000 is Darnell. Congratulations!
What? Okay. The heck?
Thankful for this experience and to meet some incredible young chefs, male, female, and of color. I feel so
Feel
blessed and
anything?
thankful.
What are turned off?
Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you.
So Darnell, congratulations to the winner of the ultimate Thanksgiving challenge.
I just won. I cannot believe it. Like, I actually did it.
I don't know what I did.
From getting arrested and living out of my car to now owning 3 restaurants, having a beautiful family, now winning $25,000 in shows you like it don't take that long to go from the bottom to the top.
Happy Thanksgiving!
Hi, Alton Brown here. I'd like to chat with you for just a few moments about...
Is this just an island? Or
It's okay. I thought that would happen. Look, I didn't say...
I might have to
Thanksgiving, did I?
use this word again
It's turkey.
on normal Minecraft mode.
I get it. Nearly 90% of Americans consume that big bird on the last Thursday in November, but many of us don't touch it again until the next year. And that's a terrible waste, considering the fact that the you-know-what is probably our most culinarily versatile New World critter. It's our edible...
Oh, it literally is an island.
When we do cook turkey, we always fixate on roasting the whole animal. Would you roast an entire cow? Of course not, because you know the different cuts of meat need to be cooked different ways. Dry, wet, hot, slow. And it's the same with turkey. Believe me, only by cutting the bird
Why not working?
to its full potential, thus qualifying it as not just a great Thanksgiving meal, but
Alright, let me try it without live streaming. No, that's no, but save and quit.
Why employ different cooking methods for different hunks of bird? Well, let's contemplate the creature from a morphological standpoint, all right? Now, when given the space, turkeys do a fair amount of walking around, all right? This requires what's called slow twitch musculature, which depends on a substance, myoglobin, which pulls oxygen from the blood, thus turning muscle mass red. Occasionally, however, a turkey launches into flight, typically in response to a threat. Oh no, up over with a gun. This requires anaerobic or fast twitch muscles, which are fueled by a glucose-rich molecule called glycogen, which unfortunately depletes rather quickly. Hey, you know what? Did you just have ham this year, Miles? Thanks. Ooh. So that means that the breast and the thighs and the legs have very different tissues, and our goal here is to culinarily capitalize on the particularities of each subprimal.
Why does that want to work? Oh gosh, this lag.
A temporary civil restraining order that allows family members or law enforcement to go to court and remove the most lethal means,
Why
a
is it
firearm,
laggy?
before a tragedy occurs. And if the judge agrees and issues the order, law enforcement will go and serve the order on the respondent, remove the firearms, and then somewhere between 7 and 21 days,
We'll try
everyone will go back
this.
to court. There'll be a full hearing. If the person, in fact, is dangerous to self or others, the firearms will be
If it's
kept
just
by law
hardcore
enforcement,
mode,
and
that'd
that
be
person
annoying.
won't have access to them for a year.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give?
This is a red flag hearing in the state of Washington.
I do. All right, thank you. Okay, whenever you're ready, counsel. Officer Coles, can you tell the court why you petitioned for an extremist protection order in this case?
Yes,
As with most red flag cases, the police have filed a sworn affidavit alleging threatening behavior by a gun owner.
the respondent was now making threats that if police showed up to the house, he would kill them first and then take their life.
Search warrant! Search premises!
On the judge's order, weapons are taken into police custody, and the gun owner is temporarily banned from buying another gun.
They have the right to
The
testify,
heck?
they have the right to cross-examine witnesses. This is something with court rules, with rules of evidence, with judicial oversight. This is the kind of thing which is a thoughtful, well-developed process to intervene when it matters most.
The law requires the gun be returned to the owner in no more than 1 year. During that year, the owner can appeal. If there is still a concern at the end of the year, a judge can renew the order based on new evidence. How does this law
Oh
compare
gosh.
to the kind of temporary restraining orders that we see when a spouse is concerned about being beaten or killed by their loved one?
In a domestic violence law, you can not only lose your firearm, but you can be prevented from going into your own home. You can be prevented from seeing your kids. What we're doing with the extremist law is very narrow. Get the firearm out of an explosive situation before it's too late.
If only we could have kept those guns away from him until he could grow up a little bit.
Mark Dreer knew about red
Oh,
flag
that
laws,
works.
but Colorado didn't have one in 2017 when mental illness overwhelmed his son.
There you go, Chris.
Chris Dreer's family near Boulder was devoted to his care. Psychologists, psychiatrists, medication. But Chris was tortured by anxiety.
I don't know why I'm lagging like crazy.
From one of his co-workers. The long-term psychologist said that he should not have any guns because he had suicidal ideation at that point.
I don't know why it's.
So we took it away, locked it up. But then he started telling me
is.
that he could just go out and buy another one.
And so you were faced with the reality that he could have
Do
a gun
survival.
anytime he wanted.
Yes. I made a deal with him. I said, I'll give you the guns back, but you have to let me put trigger locks on the guns and I'll have the keys. and he found a way to get them off. And one night, you know, when he was having some issues, he went to a place by his apartments, and he committed suicide that night.
How old was she? 20. 20. 20 years old.
Suicides and memories of massacres, including Columbine and the Aurora Theater, pushed Colorado's red flag law forward against heavy resistance.
You don't just take away people's guns.
The bill failed in the Republican Senate.
We need to save some lives.
Then it passed when voters gave both houses to Democrats. Now, the law has become Colorado's political Great Divide.
You got the people live in the city that has this idea that it is a good thing. But I think more importantly, this is a political issue where it's a vote-getting issue.
Steve Wells' family has been ranching since 1888. He's among those who feel politically powerful cities are trying to corral the countryside.
So what's a better idea?
Well, I think one of the things you really got to start looking at is individual responsibility. If I have a family member, and I think for any reason that family member is going to be an issue with the firearm, we're going to go take them away from him. We become so dependent on government making all the answers for everybody.
The Second Amendment is what gives us the power to stand here on the steps of this Capitol and push back.
Dozens of sheriffs in Colorado have dug in their heels, including Bill Elder and Steve Reeves.
There are portions of the law I just flat out can't and won't do.
This is a law that was passed by the legislature. It's signed by the governor. Nobody asked you. You're just expected to do your job, and enforcing the law is your job.
Right. And I also take an oath of office that says I'll support the U.S. Constitution, the Constitution of the state of Colorado, and then I'll enforce the laws of the state of Colorado. When those things are in conflict, you have to decide which one you're going to adhere to.
Are you prepared to get locked up in your own jail?
That is something that could happen. A judge could order me to my own jail. I would be the one litigating that issue. We'll determine at that point if this red flag law is constitutional.
Opponents say red flag violates the right to bear arms, the right to due process, and the right against unreasonable search and seizure. Some sheriffs say they won't ask
If
for
it
a
is
red
hardcore,
flag
that's what we're
warrant, and
doing.
if they receive one from a judge, they won't enforce it. If you decline to enforce one of these orders and people die, won't the county
I'm trying to think why it's not working properly.
for the damages?
If law enforcement's only objective is to go take someone's firearms and that person still goes out and commits violence, do you think that we would then be off the hook for any damage that they would inflict? No, people would still look at law enforcement and say, why did you only take their guns? Why didn't you deal with the person?
Bill Elder told us the legislature aimed at the wrong target.
We need to have funding for meaningful mental health assessments and treatment. There just are no programs. The state hospitals are full. The local hospitals are not equipped for it. Jails tend to be the warehousing for people in crisis.
Jails are the new asylums.
I have 1,700 inmates. Anywhere from 50 to 60% of those inmates suffer from some form of mental health issue.
In protest of the law, nearly half of Colorado's 64 counties have declared themselves symbolically Second Amendment sanctuaries. County commissioners passed a Second Amendment resolution.
Yeah, I can't do
even in
this.
the county that lost Zach Parrish,
Streaming
Tony
has lag.
Spurlock's deputy. They do not agree with you.
No, they don't, but I asked them and they have yet to answer me this question. What does this Second Amendment sanctuary county mean? Does that mean everybody gets to carry a gun, those who already have restraining orders?